How's it going, everyone? King Blacktooth here again, and I've got another Gamescom match to commentate and share with you. This one really demonstrates and emphasizes some of the strengths of some of the decks, so I can't wait to share this one with you. So sit back, relax, and I'll see you after this transition. So here I am after the transition, just like I promised. So I've got a Scoia'tael versus Northern Realms game for you today, and it really emphasizes and shows off the strengths of each deck, so look forward to sharing that with you. So we've got Brewer Hog, is that a typo? Versus Foltest. Two of the best leader card choices so far for their respective decks. So we know Northern Realms is playing a very promotion heavy deck, a lot of siege in there. So Scoia'tael should probably be keeping Torrential Rains if they have it in their hand. As a Northern Realms player, he's got a decent hand, but not much high strength stuff. That Spy that's 8 is going to be playing on the opponent's side, so I would get rid of one of those. That was decent, you know, 6 strength is nice. They're pretty good cards. I would keep him because +2 is going to work really well with those Dunbanner heavy cavalry. I would get rid of him. Get rid of him because he is +2, but he's unreliable because he'll bounce to different rows. So he's going to be wasted if he's not on the right row. So that's a good hand now, yeah. And Scoia'tael has activated its deck ability, so they're going to make Northern Realms go first. I always say this is a bad choice because it was on a coin flip on whether the opponent was going to go first anyway. So Northern Realms got a good hand here. What would you start with? I think a lot of people would choose to start with a Spy and then maybe give up the round early. Out of these two choices, an Unknown or Geralt Igni, Geralt Igni, in my opinion, is the obvious choice. Even though Scoia'tael may not have many melee, I think you'll definitely get a nice amount of use from it. Because they've got, you know, some Mahakaman guards maybe. But I think the smugglers and stuff are ranged, and they're the ones you want to look out for. So a prize-winning cow was played by Scoia'tael that had to cut out. That's going to do well, protect against Epidemic, and the strength will come out for the next turn, which is always good. So, out of the options of what Northern Realms has, what would you play this particular round? I don't think you should play those Reaver Scouts, because although it is disloyal and you're placing it on the opponent's side just like a Spy, the effect is actually a card from your deck to place on your side. So you're trying to get some on your board to start getting strength. And I don't think this is going to work in this particular scenario, but we'll see. So we got a Commander's Horn, so he gets to choose where to place it. If he's not going to give up the round, you want to place it on the siege, because most of your strength units are siege based, so good choice there. I personally would have played the other Spy, Thaler, and not played a Reaver Scout. Dwarven Mercenary, very good. They got resilient, so that means they're going to stay on the board on round 1, and they're going to stay on the board for round 2 and round 3, unless they're forcibly removed by Scorch. And he's really well protected by the 2, the 8, and the 0. So he's protected by Epidemic and Scorch, so they're really safe. The only way you could get rid of those is if you had a dragon, which scorched the opponent's ranged row. But he obviously doesn't, but really well defended for the most part. Another Reaver Scout, I don't agree with it. It pulled out Priscilla, which is like a siege dandelion, gives the Commander's Horn to the siege row. He had to play it, so that was a wasted Commander's Horn. But at least it comes out of the deck now. He has got a medic, so he can use it for next round, but really bad play there. So as the Northern Realms player, would you start trying to win? I think it's becoming too big of an issue. Another Dwarven Mercenary there is pretty good. I don't think he should play those. Because he's too much of a deficit so far. He should play his other Spy and then just call it around. And do you guys agree with that? I think that's the best choice. Play the other Spy, see what you get card advantage, and then just call it around. You're too far behind. It's making me nervous that he hasn't played it already. It's making me nervous. I must state that the person playing Northern Realms is the inexperienced player of the two. So yeah, the Spy is good. Where he's got a medic or he's got an unknown. Which one would you choose? I personally would choose the medic, I think. I don't know what else is in the deck. I'm sure the Northern Realms player doesn't know either. But he chose the unknown, which happened to be a clear weather. So he's got 2 clear weathers and no weather in sight. And the opponent has placed down a 3rd Dwarven Mercenary. Northern Realms has passed, which is a good choice. Bit too late, in my opinion. What's really, really good about this, from the Scoia'tael point of view, the Northern Realms is just about to get a card from their deck ability. But from the Scoia'tael point of view, amazing play. He did not waste a single card. Because when you start placing spies to stall the game, the opponent kind of is wasting cards, but the Scoia'tael managed not to waste any. All the Dwarven Mercenaries carried over, so they weren't wasted, because you're going to get their strength for round 2 and 3. And the prize-winning cow wasn't wasted, because he got his strength in round 2. So he's already at like a 38 strength, I think it's 36 strength lead. And he hasn't even done anything. So, amazing play by the Scoia'tael player. But he is the Gwent staff, so, you know. But that's really good. Didn't fall into the stalling, wasting cards scenario. So, at this point, Northern Realms got to choose how he's going to win. You've got to split your hand up into how you're going to win round 2 and how you're going to win round 3 as Northern Realms. One of those is going to be Dunbanner Heavy Cavalry. Should have started placing maybe Priscilla, maybe using the Medic or using the Encourage to do so before placing the Dunbanner Heavy Cavalry. However, he's used Foltest here to duplicate that card. However, that card is no longer a troop card because it got promoted to a hero. So that is an interesting thing. I will give him that mistake because you can see in the little icon box here, the person who made Gwent, who's the staff, told him that it was not working because it's a hero card, not a troop card, and he starts to understand. So I'll give him that one. But that is something interesting for you to take note of. When they get promoted, they're no longer troop cards. So he's placed down the Smuggler. That's going to be a very vital card for the Scoia'tael player. And he's, oh my god, he placed down a Commander's Horn, which doubles the medium row. Really good because they're all 12, so a Scorch would be excellent, but that only scorches the melee, and he hasn't got another alternative, which is really bad. That might have been a misplay from Scoia'tael maybe, but there's nothing he can do about it, so he got lucky. Again, he shouldn't be placing those down until he's buffed them with the Kedwani or something first. Elven Mercenary, going to pull out a special card. What's it going to be? Oh, the last one. So, Nature's Gift, which was Commander's Horn, so he's going to go melee, which is really smart. So, he Commander's Horn that entire row, which means there's another special card being played. So, the Smuggler goes up +4 strength every time a special card is played. But since it's Commander's Horn, it's actually going up 8 strength every time. Because the Smuggler will go up 4 strength, and then when it's finished doing all its +4s, it will get doubled. So, it's going up 8 strength each time, which is high. And Northern Realms pulled out Priscilla with the Medic, which is an excellent choice. Too late now though, because those guys are already on the board. Okay, Roach came out for free because the other person played Aeglius, and she gets to spawn any special card of his choice, which happened to be a decoy. So that's going to make the Smuggler go up by 8 strength, which is deadly, and he's picked up the Elven Mercenary. This guy knows what he's doing. He's stalling the game. So the Smuggler's on 28 strength, and he's got more stall potential with the Elven Mercenary again. The Zoltan the Brawler, which one of these would you choose? If you did the -2 on their range row, you would actually give them -4 because of the Commander's Horn. But then again, if you chose the +2, you are getting +4 because of your Commander's Horn. So either one was fine. I think it would have been exactly the same which one you picked, but you do have more ready to place on the siege row, so it was better that it was +2 choice. Elven Mercenary again. If it's a decoy, which it is, that's just pure stall potential, and it gives the Smuggler 8 more strength. Just the strength of that particular strategy, and this deck I think is becoming very clear. He's got 36 strength going on, and every time he decoys it just goes up by 8. Ridiculous. Hedwani, very good. This is starting to look pretty alright for the Northern Realms player. He's got a few more cards to place. Elven Mercenary again, if it's decoy or Nature's Gift, it would work. He's got Commander's Horn in the deck, unusual. but still gives 8 strength to Smuggler. Another Caedwani. Look at the strength. Oh my god, Northern Realms might pull this out the bag. If he played Dun Heavy Cavalry a bit later on, he could have actually won this round. So at this point, in Northern Realms' hand, he's got 2 Clear Weathers and Geralt Igni. I want to ask you, would you use a Clear Weather to stall the game and get card advantage? There doesn't seem like there's a weather card coming. If there was, you've got another Clear Weather. Would you use a Clear Weather just to get card advantage over your opponent so you can start dealing with it? And I want to know why you would or why you wouldn't before I answer the question of why you should or shouldn't later. But let's continue with the game. Scoia'tael have 2 cards left, 1 in the hand and their leader card. So he's choosing the 1 in the hand, which is Nature's Gift, turns into Commander's Horn, wasted, but still gives them 8 strength to the Smuggler, which is now up to 52 strength. That's crazy, that is. Okay, so the reason you don't use the Clear Weather is because you're buffing them up. You're buffing the Smuggler if you use the Clear Weather. So it was a good choice maybe to stall, but I don't think it was worth it. Because you're going to buff the Smuggler by 8 later. That Dragon, Scorched the Siege Row, got rid of a nice 20 strength on Roach, which is really, really bad. So definitely don't use a Clear Weather now. There's no reason to do it. There's no reason to waste it. And you'll be giving him 8 strength more, so don't do that. So Geralt Igni, he's going to get rid of 20 on the opponent's row and give 10 to you. Which it might be, it's very close, but not quite enough. So it was very close. He was 24 strength off. However, Roach came back out because it was a hero card played. So if Roach would have gone onto the siege row, he would be back up to 20 strength. And that meant he would have lost by 4 strength. So, but that was only the second round. Wow. They seem to have so much strength at the end there, which I was very surprised about. If they'd have played their Dunbanner Heavy Cavalries a lot better, I think he could have won. To be honest, even though it looks overwhelmingly powerful strategy for Scoia'tael, I think Northern Realms could have won that if they'd have played the Dunbanner Heavy Cavalries better. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you very shortly. But not too soon. I want to sleep.